What's up, my man? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you? Thanks for taking a minute away from your children, dude.
No
I know your
worries, bro.
daughter's with
This
middle fever.
this is important to me, and I'm really appreciative of like the chat we had a couple weeks ago, and I'm glad we're getting together, and I see the numbers kind of escalating up. So anybody from my community coming through for this chat, I wanted you to meet this handsome gentleman in the middle of the woods in Europe.
Being black in America is a fucking challenge, and this is not an easy conversation. It's never going to be easy. It's not comfortable being a black person in America, period. So, with that being said, you as someone who is a leader, right? I look at you and I'm like, here's this dude who's a straight hustler, and he has millions of followers. He's designed and built a company that has multi-million dollars of, business at this point, and a huge team across the globe. You have millions of followers, you have a family that you care for. So my first question to you is, how are you going about your anti-racism work, personally and professionally? How are you
Yeah.
doing that work to show up as a father, as a leader for your team, and, as someone who influences corporate America?
So obviously George Floyd gets everybody to wake up. Me Too. All these things that these are these moments, and you look at. So what we kicked in first is we just went to audit mode, and we went to, where are we? We have seven. We're a bigger company, but like not as big as like the panel mates I have. So we have seven C-suite individuals, nine global leaders because of our MDs, six women, three men, zero black. Right. So
Mm,
you look at that and you're like, you start talking, first I go into the trenches and I start talking to my black employees, and they're like, look, we have nobody to look at. Right.
mm,
And so the first thing we looked at is like, look, if you don't fix the well, you've lost. And I can sit there. I went to an open Q&A to the whole company, and questions came in and people came in hot. And I said, look, I can sit here and talk about the fact that when I was doing all the hiring, our black leadership was better. When da, 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 da. But
mm,
the reality is I'm the 100% owner of this company, and this issue is 100% my fault.
right.
So what I decided to do is, for the last month, I've been interviewing, and we'll have this probably hired by Q3. What I basically committed to myself is like, look, we have seven C-suite members. I'm happy with the makeup on female, male, but by the end of the year, no later than Q1, if Jan 1 or Jan 15 starting point, I'm going to add two black individuals. 2 years ago, when Me Too happened, I instituted mandate that for any senior leadership role or C-suite role, that there would be a black and a female candidate mandated, kind of like the Rooney Rule in the NFL, and that led to some
Mm,
good stuff. Unfortunately, out of the four times that we had C-suite executions in that, we made one female hire, one male hire, and one black hire, but that black hire ended up not being here when this all went down. So to answer your question, we went into multiple mode. First, I thought the most important thing I could do is to make sure that there was representation within the organization, and that starts at the C level, not like, look at Carl or look at Sarah, like they're over there. So that I'm mandating to put in place, and I think that starts there. Then we've also were thinking. Then I hired Nadia Jones outside to consult, to really audit, to get a different look, and to really like tell it to us how it quote unquote is. And then third of all, we're really, well, there's multiple than third of all. Third of all, we made massive donations to black owned businesses, matching all of our employees' donations, and then went over the top of that to tune of 50K. I did 25 of that personally because the business is not doing so great with, it was such an interesting moment, right, Nate? And you're a business owner and building something real. For this to
right.
happen in the twofold of, we had to let go of 80 people just to make our payroll because clients weren't paying and clients were going out of business. And we have to make bank covenants, with the loans that we have. And then this comes in and you realize, I had a very contentious meeting last week where somebody said, Gary, we just had to let go of all these people. And now you're telling me I have to let go of people that are really strong because you're putting in black employees. And I
Yep.
said, yes, for us to win any game, whether it's financial, whether it's creative, whether it's anything, you've got to sometimes be the dictator. For me to be out in life, and like when people ask questions like you're asking, you have to be able to answer them. And after Me Too, we got better. And after George
Hmm.
Floyd, we're going to get better. And guess what? There's going to be other things, you know, even though we were winning on other fronts, even though 5 out of our 15 speakers exclusive on Vayner speakers are Black, and that's a ratio that's unheard of. Even if I'm doing all the things I'm doing as Gary V and behind the scenes and everybody knows, it's still not enough, because every part of your life has to be proper. And so the reality is the main mandates, creating an intern program that puts people on for historically Black colleges, where I'm going to be waiving my speaking fees and really digging in. So recruitment, bringing in a chief diversity officer, because it was super on point for the first 5 years. And then as it got bigger, on me, I took my eye off, and I need somebody's eyes on it 24/7, 365 period. Also not being cliche and making like our only C-suite person is a Black person. No, another C-suite person minimum, and then continuing the requirement of in every single C-suite and leadership office that there is a woman and a person of color, Black, that is in the final 3, regardless if it takes us a couple more months, regardless if it takes us a couple more weeks. You're in control of everything when you own a business. I'm watching a lot of, listen, there's so many things I'm proud of, and there's so many things that I can be doing better in every circuit of my life. But the one thing I'm not interested in at all is trying to come up with who else's fault it is but yours. Every single issue at VaynerMedia, all of them are 100% my fault, because I'm empowering the people. If it's Sally Magoo or Ricky Magoo, you know, like, those are the things I'm focused on, Nate. Evan, thank you so much for having a couple seconds and being able to tell the Believe Nation a little bit about Empathy Wines. It means a lot to me that you would take this valuable real estate and time on your channel to give me some love. It means a lot. It's just good karma points, and so you're awesome. Thank you. Believe Nation, if you're into wine at all, go to empathywines.com. My whole career's work was poured into producing a wine that rivaled $40 to $60 wine for 20 bucks a bottle. I'm just super excited about this subscription-based wine business. You can order 3, 6, or 12 bottles in subscription form, rosé, white, red. If you search on Instagram or Twitter, you will be blown away. People are literally like, I don't even like Gary Vee, but the wine's good. Super proud of the effort. Thanks, Evan, for the time. Wishing you guys all happy and healthy.
If you want to learn how to market on social media like Gary Vee, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.